Yeah, hello again. Welcome back to another Spark video thing again. Um, Hello. I've been awake for 13 hours, so I'm a little bit fucked up because I'm way too fucking tired. But anyways, I think I kind of feel like I should at least say a few things about this banner because it is a summer blowout. So obviously you'll probably be wondering whether is it worth to spark. Technically it is for the most part, but a lot of times I tend to always say this before. I think I say this to a lot of. I think I even said this in my previous banner where Ramdus is in there. So for this banner in particular, is more of to like, if you, because you have to remember that the rate up characters are all shown here are all the 2022 summer characters. So yeah, Medusa, Naru, Silva, Doggo, Vikala or Jiki, Mirin, Shion, Clarissa, Magista, Houston, Stiko, Strom, and John. So all these characters are the 2022 summer characters that was released this year. So all these characters have rate up. Oh yeah, and of course you have fucking Dick. I mean, yeah, Paleo and Sleepyhead. Yeah, so you have these two as well that are on rate up as well. Yeah, so these are the ones that are in the banner. So usually every year we have this blowout where all summer stuff they release this year. They have one day in particular just to give rate up, but it's always on Lakefest. So yeah, so the reason why a lot of people probably might be better to just spark on this specific banner is just because it's for you in particular. If you do not, I can't have to stress this up, but if you do not have a lot of characters that are released this year for the 2022 summer characters, if you do not have a lot of them or you have like none of them or whatever, then I can totally see why not, because there are quite a few useful characters in here that are relatively worth to get, that are still relatively good until today, even though some are actually technically released in around anniversaries. So that's like 5 months ago. Yeah. And yeah, so for the most part, I guess I'll let you know which one is actually still kind of worth it, in my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Yeah, just do whatever you. End of the day, it's your roles, it's your money, your spark, whatever. You pick your own. I'm just here to help you, especially if you want to, have like some suggestions in order for you to pump up your whatever grid, your whatever element to make it stronger and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm just here for that. I'm not here to tell you which dick you need to suck in order for you to get this done or whatever. No. I mean, yeah, you probably want to suck Bailey's dick or something to get that done, right? But but so yeah, the few notable ones I probably already pointed out before, which is one of the first few ones is literally on top, which is Medusa. Medusa is literally one of the few only characters in Fire that is actually worth slotting in almost every single fucking content in the game. You can also technically, if maybe it's not really for burst and stuff, but like for like most of the part where you want to use any standard full auto raid or whatever, or even hard raid in thereal, Medusa is definitely your kind of character, because Medusa can simply just dispel every turn. There's very, very rare occurrence where characters can do stuff like that. The only other one I can really come up right now in my head, because I'm very fucking tired, I'm sorry, is only like the Evoker, the Wind Invoker. Right? The Wind Invoker, which is, I've forgotten what the fuck is his name. Esterola, I just call him Sleepy Potato, yeah. The guy that always sleeps a lot. So yeah, he's the only other character that I only really remember that can dispel every single turn. And that is really, really insane. The only, I think the other one, which can kind of do that, but you kind of need a little bit of help, which is like Magista. Magista can kind of do that as well. Yeah, Magista can kind of do that, but she needs to Ogi. And then another one is who? Gandalf, yeah. Gandalf can do that as well. But that character requires to Ogi. So, but Medusa is not that kind of character. Medusa is more of a character where it's 100% automated. She just needs to get the stacks up to 5, which is relatively easy because she has like, if you're full auto, right, her S1 gives almost very, very close to full immunity. Very, very close. Not full immunity, but it's very, very close to, which is like 60% repel or whatever. And then you have like fucking barrier, some shit, yeah, barrier shit. So it's kind of like negate quite a bit already. Yeah, and then you also have her third skill, which is very, very OP too, because it makes the target to not act. So it's kind of like Summon Shalim's S3 as well. It's literally the same thing. So it's very, very strong. And then her third skill, her second skill is literally the one where it's the Dispel one, where it automatically casts this skill. So yeah. Says when it's level 5, and its level is max, you'll auto-activate her second skill. So in other words, you'll always Dispel, and you always OG. You always nuke non-stop, which is really, really strong. It's very, very strong, yes. So you can actually get the max stacks very, very easily. Because, I don't know, she also gets fucking Mirror and Dodge on Ogi, so very, very easy. So if you use like, these days is the Kango shit, yeah, that shit works. So yeah. Then Naru is another one that I would say probably is, I wouldn't say she's like the top pick. Yeah, Naru is not really the top pick. I feel like Naru is more towards like maybe around 60% is kind of nice to have kind of shit, right? Naru is nice just because she can kind of help you really, really well in OTK. Like for light, because she does a lot of fucking nukes as long as she doesn't die. If Naru doesn't die, she can nuke like crazy. She can do a lot of damage on her own on Ogi, like in EX Plus or whatever, right? And then the other thing is that you can kind of use her in full auto. You can kind of use her, even I think we were using her in Guild War back then too. And then you can kind of just slot her in the backline just so you can get extra nukes here and there, because as you can see, if you just slot her in the backline, she gives MC extra plane damage, which is like 500k plus or something. I don't really remember the exact amount, but it was around there. But yeah, other than that, she's kind of nice to have in what's that, full auto, just because she can delay and she can also dispel. And because also they can auto activate as well, so which is kind of nice, right? So she's kind of nice to have. Not really super good. And then other one probably I would definitely say is Silva, just because Silva is kind of like the these days is kind of like the go-to with Wilnas and whatnot. But even without Wilnas, I would still say it's still pretty good, just because she can help you not just OTK, but I would even say that she works relatively well even in full auto. Just that you need to, well, put her either in position 2 or position 3 so she can automatically give this set thing. Because when she doesn't Ogi, she'll give you like she'll give the next character on the right double strike or whatever, which is very, very cool. Yeah. So in order for you to really fully utilize Silva, is like you gotta make sure at least you have one really good character, like a really, really good attacker, some sort of thing. If you don't really have that, Silva might still work just fine, but you probably won't really see like really good potential out of that, unfortunately. So just keep that in mind, yeah. But other than that, Silva is still a relatively good pick as well. Next is Doggo. Doggo is wait, why did I pick her fucking weapon? Doggo is kind of like a mixed bag for me. I wouldn't really say she's nice at all. So for me, this one is just more of like if you really want the character, like the usability of the character. I wouldn't say she's needed at all because she's dark. If you really want to pick a dark character, out of all this, is you're just better off just picking Magista, because I can probably see Magista being a much better use in comparison to Doggo anyway. So yeah, if you wanna go for a dark character, yeah, just pick Magista, because Magista is that type of character that everyone's saying is like, oh, she's better than 6 and whatever. But the reason why she's really nice, because she can dispel. She's kind of like the Anglovale Valentine version, where she also kind of gives you all this buff. She's a crest focused character as well. She can give meter. Another thing is that you have to remember, she gives meter. Not sure why they don't mention it in the game, but it only appears in the game, or is also written in the wiki. But yeah, she does provide meter as well. I kind of forgot to mention this on the actual video itself, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Like even Anglovale doesn't mention it for some reason. But yeah, she gets a little bit of meter and stuff, and her nukes is, well, I would say quite good. Like, how do I, what's the word for it? It's something to not taken lightly. You know, her nukes. She can nuke relatively hard, and she can get max stacks very, very easily because of this, you know, because she can reset and blah 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 and stuff, so she can get that quite fast. The only problem I would say with Magista is that she needs meter generation. So in other words, you need like Fidel or something, or you need like Kango or something to actually fully utilize her or something. But like I said before in the actual video, if you already gotten 6 to max level, why do you even need Magista? Is beyond me. You probably just want her because she looks good. Yeah. The other ones I would say probably that is really, really nice is that I would probably say it is in the same category, I guess, which is I would label Clarisse and Vikala or Jiki, because they kind of act like the same thing in a way, because when Vikala came out, she's kind of like the new burst character that Earth players are kind of like considering, or more like considered slotting her in there right now. She works relatively well for the new Earth burst setup, like the whole standard wrestler shit. Like, she's kind of like there to make it better. It's not like a big huge leap difference of in terms of strength, but like end of the day, it's just more of like if you want to really min max your Earth like crazy. If you really do, especially in bursts, you probably want her. That's kind of like my TLDR version for you, because I don't think I'm really gonna go too in depth, because I don't really want to drag this too long anyway. The other one, which is Clarisse. Clarisse is also technically the same, but I feel like people only really use her to burst in Proto, if I recall correctly. Like, a lot of times I only see her like the tryhards Proto races. What I'm referring to is the Baha HL one. They only use her in that with Vayne's axes and fucking Death Nut stuff or something. They use that stupid grin or whatever, and then they race with her. It can be kind of fast, but if you want to go to that route, sure, by all means, right? But you also have to keep in mind, you want to really go that fast, you probably need a ping for that anyway. But I think even without ping, you can probably still do it anyway. So yeah. Other than that, Clarisse is still kind of might be used, because I remember we kind of saw like there's somewhat like a relatively okay setup where I think people are also using that might work for Nightmare 200 or maybe 150 bursts or something, which involves Kolulu and Kag or something, because you can get like the full fight crest, and then you can get the Clarisse assassin for the whole party, and then you can get Cagliostro's the super insane cap and supplemental blah 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 and all that stuff, which is very, very helpful. Yeah, so that might actually work. And I'm not sure if it's... I think they're still using Warlock for that. Probably not the new one, right? The Cock Mantis thing. Probably not. Probably still have to use Warlock, because Warlock provides Crest anyway on S1 if I recall correctly. Yeah. And then the rest is kind of whatever. I mean, Mirin, I don't know, man. Like, especially for fire, right? Mirin is like, I don't know. It's like out of like the three new characters, right? You have Medusa, Silva, and Mirin, right? I feel like Mirin is literally the bottom one. You probably want to get Medusa and Silva more or something. I feel like you see more use out of those two rather than Mirin. Because Mirin is like, you need the katana grid or whatever. So it's like, you want to go like cope with Diaspora Katana or something. And then you go Agni with that shit instead, because you know Mugen's weapon sucks, right? Like what everyone's saying. I don't know what the hell. I mean, yeah. So I wouldn't really consider Mirin like a relatively good pick, I would say. Yeah, same goes for Xion. Xion sounds like really, really nice on paper and whatnot, but I don't think you really need a character like her at all, you know? So it's like she looks kind of cool. She looks very nice, you know, very nice to look at and all that, but yeah, I don't think you really want that. Eustace, Bidge. Strum, Bidge. Tico, Blue Pot. Jan is okay, and she looks good, like you see on the one on the left. But in terms of like spark targets, I think I probably already labeled it for you. The last few ones, I probably wouldn't consider them like anywhere close to being really, really good spark target. So yeah, like I said, so if TLDR basically fire, you probably want to go either Silva or Medusa. Naru is more like for OTK, maybe some full auto and stuff, which is relatively nice. And then Vikala and Clarissa for your burst setups for to their specific elements. So Vikala is for earth, and then Clarissa for water. Magista is more towards full auto base kind of thing. And if you do not have 6 yet or some shit like that, especially if you already have like Fidel and Leech or something. Yeah. So those are the only few notable ones I can really mention right now for this particular banner. So take it however you will. Yeah. I don't really want to push this video too long. So once again, if you still have problems trying to figure out which you want like suggestions, especially like in your current situation, which character is better, worse sparking or whatnot, you can always go to my Discord or just come online to my stream whenever I'm online, that is, and ask there, and then we'll try to help, I suppose. If not, then just don't spark lol. Yeah. But other than that, end of the day, you would only spark if you're missing a lot of the key characters. You know, if you do not have a lot of key characters, it's totally worth sparking. I don't see why not, because there are quite a few of them here that are relatively okay. I would probably say this year's summer is kind of like a letdown compared to last year, because last year's summer characters is such, like the lineup is such a massive powerhouse compared to this year. But yeah, it is what it is, right? So anyways, take it however you will. Hope you guys find this helpful in any way, shape or form. I'll see you guys on the next video or on stream or something, which is, I think, in a few days, because we have part 2 of Lake Fest, lol. We'll see what's gonna happen there. Probably has something to do with the new event or something that is coming out later today. Probably it's already out by the time this video comes out on YouTube, lol. Okay, and last but not least, before I actually, really shut down the video, if you somehow already luck shit some of the characters while sparking, the summer characters while sparking, then just pick whatever, the characters here that really fancies you, I suppose. You have Fidel, you have Wilnas, you have Tiger, you have Poseidon, you have Naru, maybe not Cagliostro, yeah, you have Ray, yeah. There's quite a few characters here that is worth grabbing. Especially if you don't have Poseidon yet, you probably want to get Poseidon for for Guild War, because Guild War is literally like, I don't know, 8 days away or something. Very, very close already. It's like a week plus left And yeah, you gotta get ready, right? Poseidon is probably a must-have, man. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.